everyone, my name is Jonathan Abad, and today we'll be discussing our company Aperture for the Management 490 group. We'll be discussing our strategy today with what we did to accomplish our goals throughout our years in the business of digital cameras. So one thing we were selling were digital cameras for single featured and multi-featured cameras, in which we were one of the top companies producing a lot of these products at a low cost. So one of the main things we were focusing on were net revenues, earnings per share, return on investment, as well as stock price, which is really important in the business, especially when you're trying to gain revenue, earnings per share, and that all involves attaining profit, retaining employees, as well as retaining customers and retailers who are going to be coming to the business as we go, and this will increase the net revenue, the earnings per share, the stock price, as well as the return on investment, ROE, and or return on equity, which is really important. As we if you can see in our PowerPoint presentation, we've steadily grown since year 5 to year 11, and we've been competing through all those years. How we've been doing that is by lowering the costs, so that we could provide, lowering our cost of production so that we provide the best products for our customers, and a lot of the times our products are sold at a low price. Okay. Our credit rating was also great, except for year 11, which there was a little downside for that. We did a lot more investing, we took up a little bit more debt, but from years 5 to 10, our credit rating was amazing. It was it was an A rating, A plus rating by year 10, and then our image has been amazing. We didn't participate in corporate citizenship as much as we wanted to, but our main focus was low cost, low production costs, so that our prices are low for our PQ ratings, but high quality for our customers. Okay, first we'll start off with our entry level strategies. So we wanted to create a very low cost advantage, not only for us but for our companies as well. So we wanted to produce lower and cheaper units for our products, so that it's a little bit more efficient. And how we did that, we made sure we had the necessary skilled force, and we made the quality products. And you can see within the graphs in our company reports, our quality is at one of the highest qualities, but at a lower price, and that is very competitive with all the other products and companies we're competing with. Next is our multi-featured strategy, which was really important because we started aggressively bringing up the main features of our multi-feature cameras. And what we did was to just to be on top of the market share and dominate the market in general. And while that was happening, we were also lowering down the prices as the years went by, and increasing the discounts, as well as allowing more retailers to come in as well. This just gave more of a presence of our company within the industry. Okay. In terms of production, everything was in-house. One thing we wanted to avoid was outsourcing our products. If we had to outsource, it wouldn't be too much. A lot of the times it would happen in quarter 3, rarely quarter 1 or quarter 2, and quarter 3 and 4 are probably the most busiest. Aside from that, we also we maxed out overtime almost on all the busy quarters. So usually quarter 3 and quarter 4, we maxed out overtime so that we could produce more units as well, rather than outsourcing. And then we also lowered the cost, lower price. That means we're able to save a lot more money, we're a lot more efficient, and this goes on a long chain of what we want our goal was to just create lower prices on our side, as well as lower prices and costs for the customers and ourselves. Okay. In terms of our workforce, compensation, and labor, we are on average for most of the years. We started lowering that down, and I think it motivated a lot of our employees to just start working harder and producing more. It gives that certain motivation for our employees. So we maintained that 1%, and then the bonuses as well, and all the other incentives that came along with it. But we steadily increased it over the years. Last but not least is our financial strategy. One thing our financial strategy was really big on was to pay off our debt as much as possible. Debt was really good for us in the very beginning, which got us on top in compared to other companies where they continued to build up debt while we paid off our debt right away and we were able to put our money somewhere else in the long run. We were thinking long term in terms of paying our debt off. We also um, put dividends higher than our competitors. What that does is that it makes us more attractive for retailers, for customers, investors to start looking into our company so that way they can start investing in us. And that way we become more popular in terms of rating, image rating, and everything because of the dividends we give off, just making us more popular for customers and people to look into our company. We also repurchase our stock as much as possible. Repurchasing our stock does a lot of things for our company, provides great value, and also increases the stock price along the way. One of our strongest competitors were Brainstorm and Giant Go Capture for entry level. For multi-feature, our strong competitors were Brainstorm and Giant's Capture. They all varied in different ways. They started boosting up almost the same strategy that we started doing from the get-go, but they started doing it late in the game, which allowed some of them to catch up. But that's the cool thing about our company is that we started it from the very beginning while others had to catch on later on. So we kind of had that gap in between for us to keep that lead. Lessons learned though, we could have done better. We could have maintained our lead instead of incurring a lot of debt towards the end. We should have just maintained it, our skill level that we had now, our main strategy, rather than investing in a lot of manufacturing, maximizing all our costs. But aside from that, from years 5 to 10, we were steady level. We were increasing almost every year. We are a profitable company, and that's something a lot of investors and customers were looking into. The reputation, what we do, what our mission is as a company is just to provide quality products at a lower price. Alright, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me at jonathanemabot@gmail.com. As a co-founder, co-manager of the Aperture Company. Thank you. This is my audience right here. I really appreciate all of you for listening in as young college students learning the business, how business works. This is where I was presenting earlier. If you could all take note of me right here. This was where I was presenting. And thank you very much, and I appreciate the time for all of you to listen in. Thank you.
Okay.